Imagine waking up tomorrow and finding out that GitHub got hacked. Not Instagram, not WhatsApp, not your cousin's crypto startup. GitHub, the place where humanity stores code, infrastructure, AI models, and 47 different side projects called Final V2. If the internet had a brain, GitHub would basically be the frontal cortex. And now, allegedly, a hacker group called Team PCP claims that they stole access to around 3,800 internal GitHub repo. While the GitHub keeps saying no customer data compromised, but who's gonna believe them? The fun part is that hackers are selling all this software code on the dark web only for $50,000, which is somehow cheaper than the enterprise Figma. But how the hell that happened? Well, they did not break into the GitHub servers. No hoodie guy typing "you are hacked" and no dramatic movie scene. They actually poisoned a VS Code extension, and one GitHub employee installed the same extension, and that's it. The entire software ecosystem brought down by install recommended extension developers. Yeah, sure, whatever. And this is not the first time, because over the last few weeks, the software supply chain has basically turned into a biological hazard. So today, let's look into the top 5 cyber attacks that made developers realize maybe npm install was the real malware all along. Let's start with Axios, the npm supply chain attack. Axios, a JavaScript package so common that if your project doesn't use it, you are probably rebuilding HTTP from scratch for performance reasons. The attack. Like any open source project, Axios had some lead maintainers whose core job is to review every pull request, keep malicious users away, and maintain the quality of the software. So hackers created an elaborated scheme to target one lead maintainer and somehow hijacked his account. Then they pushed malicious version of Axios to npm, which basically means when thousands of users ran npm install, their systems were hacked. The terrifying part? Security researchers detected it within 6 minutes. Sounds impressive, right? Except the first machine got infected in 89 seconds. Malware propagation is now obviously faster than CI builds. Next, TanStack Pwn Request. TanStack, the React ecosystem's emotional support library. Attackers use something called Pwn Request, which sounds less like a cyber attack and more like a rejected Mr. Robot episode title. The attackers did not steal passwords or leak npm tokens. Instead, they exploited a chain of known footguns and misconfigurations in GitHub Actions to hijack TanStack's legitimate pipeline publishing. They successfully published 84 malicious versions across 42 TanStack npm packages. Congratulations, your DevOps pipeline has evolved into DevOps. The malware scrapped runtime memory to extract OIDC token. Even masked secrets weren't safe. GitHub, your secrets are protected. Hackers, adorable. Next, the durable task PyPI worm. The Python ecosystem entered its villain arc. A malicious version of durable task, an Azure workflow package, reportedly spread like an actual worm, not metaphorically, literally self-propagating. It moved laterally using AWS SSM, Kubernetes access, cloud credentials. At this point, the malware had better cloud certifications than most engineers. Attackers compromised a GitHub account that had access rights to Microsoft official durable task Python repository and extracted a PyPI publishing API token. Then, bypassing a standard pipelines, the attackers used the stolen token to directly upload 3 malicious versions to PyPI. When developers installed and imported a compromised library, a malicious dropper silently ran in the background. This dropper fetched a secondary payload from an external command and control server. And the scariest part, it was detected only 2 minutes after publication, meaning modern malware now survives roughly the lifespan of a TikTok trend and still causes catastrophic damage. Next, antv ecosystem poisoning. Over 320 npm packages in antv ecosystem got compromised. 320. At this point, npm is less of a package manager and more of a trust experiment. The attack spread into charting libraries used in dashboards and enterprise apps. Imagine opening your analytics dashboard and dashboard starts analyzing you. The creepy part. The payload scraped memory from GitHub Actions runner to recover masked secrets. So even if your secrets were hidden, they weren't hidden. And finally, the GitHub breach via VS Code extension. The entry point? A fake version of NX Console VS Code extension. Because apparently in 2026, malware no longer arrives through sketchy exe files. It arrives as developer productivity tools. Yet again, attackers impersonated a maintainer of NX Console and uploaded a poisoned version. And it stayed live only for 11 minutes. That's less time most front-end developers spend writing a prompt to change the color of a button. But apparently that was enough to steal credentials and gain access to thousands of internal repositories. All because somebody installed a VS Code extension. Which is honestly the most developer way possible to trigger a cybersecurity disaster. So, what's the lesson here? Modern cybersecurity isn't about firewalls anymore. The software ecosystem now runs entirely on trust, open source maintainers, and one sleep deprived engineer approving pull requests at 2 am. If you're a developer, audit your dependencies, review your extensions, rotate your credentials, and maybe stop installing random packages named like ultra fast production ready utils. Because in 2026, the most dangerous sentence in software engineering is no longer "it works on my machine," it's "new version available." I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want more content beyond the user slop, hit like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.